Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a reading for the month of September 2021 for the sign of Pisces. I've already pre-shuffled the decks and also cleared the space as well as the cards. These are the two decks that I'll be using today. This one as the main deck, this one as the clarifier. So let's get started. As I said, I've already pre-shuffled the decks, but I'll do a bit more here. About my readings, I only take cards that come out in face up. All of the cards do start out in the upright, so if a card does come out in the reverse, I read it that way. I'll do a 9-card spread, 3 cards representing the recent past, 3 cards representing the current energies, and 3 cards representing the near future. I will also leave all the shuffling and throwing of the cards in, so if you don't want to see that, feel free to jump ahead. Finally, I talk to my cards and my guides, so I apologize in advance. Alright, so let's have 3 cards for Pisces. The recent past. 3 cards for Pisces, please. Cards for the near future. Not near future, sorry. Got it, I know, I'm sorry. 3 cards for the current energy, please. 3 cards. Okay. 3, but... And 3 cards for the near future, please. Two more. Thank you. Okay. So, in the recent past, you have the Ace of Wands. You see the flame is over her third eye. This is about a new intention, a new intuition, a sort of spiritual spark, a kindling, if you will. The 5 of Swords is about mental torment. This can be about ill-gotten gain, I want to say. You see somebody who's celebrating. I hope you can see that. Somebody who's celebrating in the back, but there's blood on the ice as well. So this too can sometimes represent blind ambition. That is you or somebody else moving without regard to other people, and you get something, but there's collateral damage involved. The King of Swords is about mental acuity, individuality. There's a sense of truth and fairness here in this card. He passes judgment dispassionately as well. Also a sense of being aloof. He's on a mountain by himself, surrounded by nature, like there are no other people. He's viewing the situation by being detached from the situation. So you or somebody else in this energy could be going through that. The King of Swords is Aquarius, Gemini, Libra energy. Ace of Wands is fiery in nature, and that can happen sometimes too. Ace and fire and air complement each other very, very well. And so you could have, like I said, had a moment where maybe you spoke too passionately or brashly even, and that could have you now in this current situation. All right, let's clarify. What is the Ace of Wands, please? Ace of Wands, please. Two cards for the Ace of Wands. Face the case. One more, please. One more, please. Can I have one more card for the Ace of Wands, please? I'm going to keep shuffling until I get one, so almost. One more card, please. Thank you. Can I have two for the Five of Swords? No face, no case. Thank you. And one more, please. Thank you. And can I have two for the King of Swords? Thank you. All right. Sorry, these cards seems like they need a bit of warming up, but we're getting there. So, over the Ace of Wands, first you got the Devil card in the reverse, and then you have the Ten of Wands. Interesting also too, because I'm peeking that Devil card in the current energy. This feels to me like you are secretly, I want to say secretly because this can be dual intentions. That's the first thing that I picked up on this card. It feels like you're trying to pull away from a situation, maybe leave someone or something behind. It could be a Capricorn person, but it's just the spark of an idea. I don't know why I want to say this, but I'm going to say this. It's like when the abused wife starts to like make a plan to get out. That's kind of what it feels like, that energy. Take that how it resonates. Please, 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 please leave it if it doesn't. But it feels like you're trying to get out of, maybe trying to steal away. If that is not the case, then this new idea that you have could be you breaking old habits of addiction, codependencies, outdated ways of thinking as well, especially with the King of Cups, the King of Swords coming out in the reverse over the Five of Swords. It's like you're doubting yourself when you shouldn't. It feels like intuitively you know what you want to do and you're gonna do, but maybe mentally you're not there yet. The Ten of Wands, like I said, can indicate someone having dual intentions, but it's often the oppression card, an overexertion of force. And so you could be breaking that cycle if someone is overly oppressive or something like that. I also want to say, if you are in a situation like that, please reach out for help. That is an abusive relationship. There is absolutely help, and you are better. I don't see any. It's, I mean, like, I don't know why for some that is such a small group. All right. For the Five of Swords, we got the King of Swords in the reverse, and then we have the Six of Cups in the upright. So generally, the Six of Cups would be about happiness. You see there's a celebration with family, often about nostalgia, a card of nostalgia. But it can too also be a card of healing, and whether that's you going back to your family to find some sort of healing, or somebody in your family helps you heal, or you are doing the work to heal your inner child. I say that because you're having tormented thoughts here, and the King of Swords in the reverse is the one who is aloof, completely unemotional, who speaks harshly, all of the negative aspects of the King of Swords, essentially, and that could be where you need to heal. Some healing definitely needs to be done. This King of Swords, it feels like somebody caught you out your character, or maybe they were out of character, but somebody caught you out your character a little bit, whoever this King of Swords energy is. Because he is clarified, but he is clarified by the Magician card and the Hermit Virgo energy. The Virgo energy is all about enlightenment. This person retreats from society. This is sort of the Walden Pond, retreat from society in order to find that spiritual enlightenment, in order to recenter yourself. And both of these people are there on a cliff or on a rock mountain kind of thing, and energetically they're similar as well. And I feel like you or somebody could be taking the time to kind of step back, maybe because of harsh words in the past, or to do some healing and kind of get in touch with what's what. The Magician energy is, like I said, all about manifestation, but the key aspect is you have all the tools that you need. You have everything that you need to move forward, to manifest. All right, in the current energy, you got a number of cards. The first one being the Devil. Like I said, Capricorn energy. This is about addictions, codependencies. Sometimes with addictions, there is no physical restraint, but you're stuck there. And that's what an addiction is, right? Like drugs is an addiction, that you're like, this is actively awful where I am, but I can't get out. You see the thoughts are being puppeted. How similar are these cards? It's almost like the strings go straight down to this guy as well. I hope you can see that. So maybe somebody in the situation, a Capricorn person, there's an energy that feels like it's controlling, or can be, that you want to get away from or want to get rid of. Some sort of addiction, codependency. Like I said, this could be a person who is obsessed with you, you're obsessed with them, something like that. The next card you have is the Wheel of Fortune, all about fate, destiny, karma. So too could it be being at a crossroads, and that's kind of what I feel. You could be at a crossroads where a decision has got to be made, or you're now in a place where you can shift the karmic wheel one way or the other. The Queen of Pentacles is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. She's grounded, she's abundant, she has her creature comforts. Maybe that is what is keeping you in a situation. You're comfortable here. But that comfortability can represent a sense of constriction, like you get so bogged down with your trappings. The Sun card, Leo energy. This is about a kiss from the universe. I'm being drawn back to the Hermit card. There's an enlightenment here, as you know, her chest is up there to the sky. This is joy, harmony, happiness, all of the things, which is great. I mean, that's great to see in here. you could be feeling absolutely abundant. You have to the King of Wands, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. He is fiery. He's very passionate. He goes after what it is that he wants. Bossy. I hear bossy. And then you have the Three of Swords, which is about heartbreak, accepting a hard truth. It can be third-party situations. And actually, the way that these cards are all here in the middle, there could be a situation where you are in the middle of two people. One could be a Capricorn, but someone who has strong sexual energy. There is an obsession and I think even an oppression related to that relationship. You might feel like this relationship is karmic in nature, like it has been fated, good or bad. It is your karmic sort of burden to bear. And on the other side of the equation could be a Leo. Again, it could be a Leo person, but someone that makes you incredibly happy. But there you are in the middle, like, I'm bothered. Why? She feels so unbothered here. But that's not the case. The Three of Swords, like I said, is about heartbreak, third-party situations, having to accept a hard truth or internalize a hard truth. All right, let's get clarification on these. I hope you're warmed up, love, these cards. How about the Devil? Can I have something for the Devil, please? Almost. The Devil. This is a lot. All right, the Wheel. The Wheel, please. Anything on the Wheel? Okay. Queen of Pentacles, please, then. Thank you. The Sun card. The Sun card, please. Anything for the Sun card. Thank you. The King of Wands. King of Wands, please. Thank you. And Three of Swords. What of the Three of Swords? Please, no case. Three of Swords, please. Can we try the Wheel again then? Can I have one for the Wheel? Something for the Wheel? Anything? Thank you, love. Yeah, okay. More and more does it start to feel like that last scenario that I just said. All right, over the Devil, a chunk of cards came out, which is like, okay, which already feels oppressive. So maybe this is your feeling, just like, every time this person calls you, you get their text, it's just like, it feels burdensome. Anyway, the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, the Judgment card, the Two of Swords, the High Priestess, the Six of Pentacles. Wow, very much does that feel like a relationship that's financial in nature. Maybe this person is like a sugar daddy type. the deal, especially with the Six of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles being here, which is the Gain card, and the One of Generosity. So maybe there's a financial component to this relationship, or with this Capricorn person over here. If there is no person involved, then maybe the balance, the place where you find yourself in, is financial gain versus sort of happiness and emotional fulfillment even. The Judgment card here, a decision has to be made. It feels like this, it's not it's not sustainable. The situation is not sustainable. A decision will have to be made, but you are absolutely torn. The Two of Swords, I mean, very clearly represent being torn. Interesting too that we go from the Two of Swords over here to the Three of Swords. So yeah, you could definitely be feeling torn, or like either option is viable. With the High Priestess there being in the middle, heavy on the intuition. I'm getting Pisces. Oh, this is your Pisces energy. Pisces energy. You see at her feet is the sword, which is sword energy, that knowledge energy split. And you had that King of Swords in the past, where you're being pushed off your spot, I think, even though you have a clarity of thought. So maybe this is you in the middle, unsure about what to do. You're trapped mentally because of the money, or because you feel both options are viable. I hear with that, like, trust your intuition, but don't be dumb, for you or anybody. Definitely stand in that King of Swords energy, harness that King of Swords energy, which I guess can be hard for water signs to do. Yeah, I definitely know the vibe. I'm a Pisces moon, so I know the vibe. Okay. Over the wheel, we got the Ace of Swords, which is about contracts, communications. The first thing I heard is like it's a contract. So it could be a karmic contract that you're in with this person, or you feel karmically linked to it, but it feels like, again, you are bonded for some reason. The Eight of Pentacles, you see that he is doing this work alone. This can also be represented sometimes as someone like repairing their house or renovating their home. So maybe somebody's doing that, but it could be you kind of getting your ducks in a row, especially if money is a factor in a toxic relationship. You might be figuring out how you can rely on your own skills, build your own talents, or make your own money. Yeah, just doing work on your home, working on yourself, whether that's health, home, career, finances, whatever. Over the Sun, you have the Knight of Wands, which really, when it came out, was just like, that's the King of Wands. It feels like Leo energy again, and this is about initiation. Someone who is passionate, who moves quickly. The one warning I always get with fire energy is that it is very intense, but can be short-lived. So consider that. Pentacle energy is much more long-lasting. It's much more foundational, can be, whereas fire, I mean, because that's earth, fire energy can sometimes be flighty, so be careful. Over the King of Wands is the Star card, Aquarius. This aspect is about being balanced with yourself and with others. Hopes, this is about your hopes as well. Yeah. For some of you, it feels like obligation. On one side, you're considering your obligations, whether this contract, this karmic contract, versus your happiness. your hope, your faith, your dream, your sun moment. Alrighty, over the Three of Swords, we got the Five of Swords again, and we have the Seven of Wands. This kind of feels pig-headed, like a little bit of pig-headed energy. The Five of Swords in this deck is definitely about overconfidence. Yeah, essentially. Definitely a card of overconfidence. The story is the leopard and the lion are talking, and they say that the man is the best hunter, and the leopard, jumps out. The man, he obviously gets killed, and the lion is like, yikes. So be careful about being overconfident in a situation. So too, the Seven of Wands, you see he's defending himself from death, actually, in this story. But there's sort of there's a cleverness here as well with that. So maybe some of you think that you can handle the third party thing, or you could. Somebody in the situation was overconfident about it, or said, I'm going to have my cake and eat it too. In the near future, we have the Four of Swords. So interesting, we went from the Two of Swords here to the Three of Swords, and now in the Four of Swords in the near future. That's you mourning a situation, mending your heart, taking a sort of, again, she's in a nest, she's repairing herself mentally, and mourning the loss in the past. This mourning can be, internalizing that hard truth that you had to accept, or it could have been, an end of a third-party situation. But whatever it is, you are taking on that truth, internalizing it, and moving on from there, healing with that. There will be a scar, but there's healing involved. Next, you have the Page of Swords. Two things I felt with that, especially with the Devil card coming out twice here. This could turn from oppressive relationship into a stalker relationship. For some of you, be careful, be careful. For others of you, this is a new concept. This Three of Swords, the Page of Swords, has a new idea. But more than just having a new idea is doing the studying that's necessary. So I'm also being drawn back to the Hermit energy up there. It's like in this time of rest, you are getting smarter. It feels emotionally smarter here with the Eight of Cups. That's about resiliency. That's about maturity. You're walking on or moving on from something good to something great that is leaving something in the past to go after your Nine of Cups, which is self-gratification and fulfillment. That could be the new idea that you have. Whatever it is, it's happening maybe a little bit fast or even sudden for people involved. The Knight of Swords is about swiftness. You see he's running towards his motorcycle. There's intention and there's action. The Queen of Swords, there goes that King of Swords. She is the queen of her domain. You see that she is ready to use that sword in an instant. She is about individuality as well, about clarity, judgment, wit. Someone who's a witty person as well. But another aspect of her is she plays no games. She cuts out what needs to be cut out. She internalizes what needs to be internalized and moves on. She's quick to modulate mentally. And so I think with these two cards, you could be going through a moment of healing, but it feels like she's showing this face to the world as she does that mending and healing back there. feels like you're moving into a place again of emotional maturity, like I said. All right, Four of Swords. Thank you. The Page of Swords. Thank you. The Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups, please. Did anything flip over there? Oh, that card said, just kidding. Can I have something for the Eight of Cups, please? Okay. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. Anything for the Knight of Swords, please? Thank you. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, please. Queen of Swords, please. Anything for the Queen of Swords. Thanks. Alrighty. I did not see where this came out. Where did this come out for? We'll just put that over here. Okay. For the Four of Swords, you got the Seven of, well, actually this is, fits quite well into this message as well, but you have the Seven or the Chariot card. This is Cancer energy. This is about moving forward. You see a card of victory as well. There's definitely intention behind it, and she's harnessing opposing powers or opposing forces and moving forward. Definitely a card of intention. I feel like you are moving forward, healing. The Seven of Cups in the reverse can be about eliminating options in your environment. That is choosing one of these situations or even one of these people. So you could be sort of getting a slap across the face, like, okay, snap out of it. You gotta move forward, but make a decision. Choose. I don't know where that went, so I'll still leave it over here. For the Page of Swords, you got the Empress card. I love that, especially over, especially under that Queen of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. Like I said, it felt like you were leveling up, and it feels like there's more self-worth here. This is the Libra and Taurus energy, but one of abundance, creativity, fertility. Like I said, heavy on the self-worth. The Eight of Cups got the Temperance card in the reverse, the Three of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Tower card. All of these came out in the reverse. I feel like in the past, what it feels like is in the past where once you were ready to cooperate and maybe modulate your feelings. I don't know why I want to say that. Maybe in the past where once you were like, okay, I don't want to rock the boat, let's cooperate and modulate my feelings, it feels like you're moving on from that or moving away from that. The Tower card in the reverse can be reluctant to change, unwilling to, or not wanting to move away from a situation. The Temperance card is about balance, like I said, doing things in moderation, not swinging one way or the other. It's about balance and duality too. And then again, the Three of Pentacles is a card of work, a card of cooperation too. I don't know, for some of you, you could be moving on from something that where previously you had wanted to cooperate on, or maybe wanted to find reciprocity in that situation, and now it's like, nah. Maybe because you are sort of asserting your self-worth. Maybe this person back here is also a Sagittarius. Okay, the Knight of Swords, you got the King of Cups, which is all about compassion, is staying calm even in the face of turmoil. You see that he's sitting in you can see that he's sitting in choppy waters, but he still has a smile on his face. He's holding a rock. He remains grounded. And I think I said that. It feels like you are maybe portraying the stoic externally, but you're going through this healing and emotional maturity here. Over the Queen of Swords, you got the Ace of Wands, which was there as well. You have the Two of Cups, you have the Two of Pentacles, and you have the Nine of Wands. Interesting. So I think even if the Seven of Cups in the reverse came out with that Queen of Swords, it reads the same. It feels like eliminating all of the superfluous options in your environment and focusing on one thing. Why? Because again, we have another Ace of Wands, a new concept, a new passion, a new spiritual intention, going to the Two of Cups. So that's a new reciprocity in a relationship. This could be you and another person seeing eye to eye and again, agreeing even emotionally to fill each other up. That coming out too with the Two of Pentacles. I mean, they can be a juggling. It can be a juggling. I hope that you guys are not going back into a juggling situation if that's what it is after, coming out of this heartbreak and healing from it. But I think instead this is about adjusting to change. You're in a place where this is new for you and you're willing to change for it. Often this change is in service of stability, obviously with the Pentacle energy there. But you also have this Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is about perseverance. He's a wounded warrior. I mean, there's a lot of battles. He has had a lot of battles up until this point, but he is still there, ready to fight again. And so there's an indication that you're so close to whatever it is that you want. There's just one more battle to fight. This card, the Nine of Wands, can also be defensiveness. So maybe you are adjusting to change, but you are doing it very tentatively, eyes open, ear to the wind kind of thing. Your alert may be up, your guard may be up, but you are again doing that change. Very, very interesting. This reading feels super specific. So take it however it resonated. I will pull 3 cards, 3 oracle cards. This is the deck that I'll be using, the New Orleans Oracle deck. And I will pull 3 cards and then read them for you. Okay. What are the final messages, advice, lessons? Oops, sorry. 3 cards, please, for Pisces. Two more, please. Thank you. And one more, please. Wow. Okay. I'll take those. I'll take them all. Alright, sorry. The reading might be a little long, but let's get it. Alright, the first card that you have is called Music Healing. There is healing in and through music for you. Music can be one of the greatest healing modalities available to us. With or without words, the melodies and rhythms reach deep into your soul to create inspiration, excitement, healing, and release. If you have chosen this card, the universe is urging you to spend some time in a musical environment. Whether you create the music, dance to the music, or just listen to it, being in the music energy will help attune your vibration to the highest good for the next steps of your life. You next have Let Loose. Everyone knows that Mardi Gras is a celebration of all celebrations. If this card has shown up in your reading, that means it's time to let loose and forget all the obligations that have been plaguing you, even if just for a few hours. Your ability to experience fulfillment and enjoyment in the moment has been compromised due to overthinking, managing life's obligations, and experiencing a lack of joy in your day-to-day life. This current imbalance has started to affect your generally positive outlook, and it's time for some revitalization. Cut loose, even just a little, and see how much it positively affects your energy and overall outlook. Next, you have Awakening. The experiences of a spiritual awakening can be as varied as life itself. For some, it is a series of seemingly random emotions. For others, it is a growing sensitivity to everyday events. And for many, it is simply having a desire to follow that which resonates with them in a higher vibration. There is no right or wrong way to go through this experience. You are only asked to remain as conscious and aware of yourself as possible so that you may properly support yourself in the best way possible. Look at it as stepping outside of yourself to observe yourself and your life as a movie that you get to co-create. Remember to ask yourself, how does this person, place, thing, or situation feel to me? Then allow yourself to proceed accordingly. Trusting yourself is of the utmost importance during this time because the more you feel you can trust yourself, the easier it is to stay in your flow for all that comes your way. Next, you have Growth. You are growing to trust yourself more. You're becoming more aware of your intuitive feelings and guidance. By allowing yourself the time and flexibility to acknowledge and honor those feelings, You are supporting yourself in having the most fulfilling life possible. Stopping to ask yourself how you feel about something as opposed to what you think about something can make all of the difference. Sometimes what feels right may not be the next logical step, but inevitably it will be what is best for your highest good. And finally, you have peace. There are many times throughout our human experience when we make snap decisions from a superficial level, without even knowing our true desires. This card can come up in your reading because peace is what you desire right now, even if you don't realize it. Currently, there may be too many issues and thoughts swirling around in your life and your mind, keeping you from being at peace. Now is the time to ask yourself what changes are within your power to make that can create a deeper sense of peace for you. To create a deeper connection with yourself at this time and to gain more clarity, it is recommended that you spend some time doing mind, body, and spirit activities such as yoga or meditation. It is also recommended that you spend some time in nature. No matter how small the gesture may seem to you, every little bit counts, and it is a step closer to your desire. Okay, lovely Pisces, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this reading resonated with you. Please give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Please also feel free to share this with a friend if you think that it would help them. Don't hesitate either to leave me a comment if you have any questions or if this reading resonated with you. And don't forget to subscribe because I will be doing more readings and also different layouts and things like that. Different spreads and things like that. Thank you guys so much for watching again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.